guys, and welcome to another episode of FPL A+. No, this time we don't have another game week left. We've unfortunately come to the end of the season. So this is a game week 38 overall season wrap-up review. So missing FPL already, I'm sure many of you. It's just been a few days since the end of the season. I hope every one of you have had a great season, or at least a great ending, and hopefully got to certain goals and targets that you set yourself. So without further ado, let's see, how did game week 38 go? So game week 38, as you can see on the screen, turned out to be 95 points compared to the average of 50 points. That was quite a phenomenal success. What a roller coaster final day where all the matches took place at the same time. The Premier League title was also decided on the last day, and at one stage when Man City were down and Liverpool were close to winning, it looked like they could win the title, but City turned it around. So that was great. And at the bottom of the table by the relegation zone, Leeds United also stood up, came from behind, and then also won their match and avoided relegation. So a brilliant ending to the actual Premier League itself. And then in terms of players, just to see what actually happened, Heung-min Son was going for the golden boot. He seemed to be kind of off target and missed a great chance, and many thought he wouldn't have actually gotten to the golden boot. And then he scored 2 goals. So he took the lead, and then guess what? Mo Salah comes off the bench and he also scores, and they tie. So I think it was probably quite a fitting ending. I would probably say that the momentum was with Heung-min Son, and because he never won it before, it probably would have been nice if he just won it himself. But Mo Salah also deserves the credit for, I think, starting off the season quite well, being quite consistent. So, yeah, a shared golden boot. Edison got the golden gloves. Brilliant defense from Man City. So that was quite a good result. And then one of the stars of the final game week, Kulusevski, with 2 goals. Brilliant. Many people might not have had him in, that had the free hit in. So that was quite good. And then Maddison and Vardy, 13 points and 10 points. It was a very last-minute pick, Vardy, the previous game week. Yeah, he came up trumps again. So very, very happy with that. And then Maddison, again, this was a plan before the last double game week, where I'd planned weeks before to bring him in, and he's ended off the season brilliantly. A brilliant baller and absolutely smashing footballer. And then bits and some other bits from Robertson, who played quite well, got an assist and a clean sheet. Sorry, not a clean sheet. Sorry, he actually got a goal, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just, seems like ages ago. Maddison actually got a goal. Yes, that's right. So yeah, so that was quite fitting as well, because not everybody owned Robertson and Alexander-Arnold, and they never got a clean sheet. So the 9 points went down quite well. And then James, that was definitely an assist, which he got, yes, and a clean sheet. So yeah, so that actually, sorry, let me just double check. Was it actually a clean sheet? No, it wasn't a clean sheet, but it was an assist. So that would have been bonus points as well. And then Sessignon, who was the transfer in, the only transfer for game week 38, coming home with a clean sheet, 6 points. So that was quite worth it. So overall, very, very good success playing against free hitters in the last game week. And what did that mean? So overall rank, as you can see, just around the 5,000 overall rank worldwide mark. Very, very chuffed about that rank. At the start of the season, if you had to ask me if I would be happy with a top 100 finish, 100,000 finish, I probably would have taken it. As the season progressed, the aim was to try to get to the top 50k, which was last season's overall rank, and then the aim was to try to then aim for top 10k. And then at the beginning of this week, I was around 9.9, just outside the 10. I was just hoping to defend top 10k, and to be around the 5,000 mark, I think, is absolutely unbelievable at this stage. So very chuffed. Strategy has worked. Definitely, I would see this as a A+ rating. A top 10K finish is, or even a top 20K finish is probably an A+ rating. So yeah, hope you did well. Let me know down in the comments below. How did you do? Did you meet your target rank, or did you fall short? What was your highlights? What was your learnings? Okay, so then just some data from IFPAL review, very handy, just to see how did the actual performance compare to projected performance. So if you have a look here, you go to their website and then you just enter your user, just your team ID, and it will basically give you lots of tools. And one of it is where you are with your IFPAL rank versus their various expected data. They've got two models, free model, what is your rank there versus massive data model. And you'll see the variance is now about 98.9% on average. So effectively, the team has outperformed, which kind of means that there's been quite a bit of luck and quite a bit of differentials or outscoring players performing compared to history and trends, which I'm actually quite glad, because it means that where there's been opportunities, I've taken them. So a typical example will be Madison or Vardy, and yeah, I'll show you another page that you can also see some of that. So effectively, the expected target achievement, top 10K was only 2.4%, and that was smashed. Top 100K, 46.9%. So that's about where, yeah, the team should have probably landed, but it's outperformed. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, the amount of luck yeah, is phenomenal. And then this is from premierfantasytools.com, also brilliant. They've also got, you'll see on the sidebar, quite a few tools that you can use, that you can monitor, and you can analyze your team during the course of the season, as well as if you want to look at the end of the season. So this is quite handy to see your captaincy. So the total captain points I've got for the season is 770, and 74% of my captaincy picks have been successful, with Mo Salah game week 26 double game week performance being the main highlight with 84 points. And then many of you will remember Dennis in the double game week doing the opposite, totally unexpectedly a red card in the first match and then missing out on the second match. So yeah, so it shows you can get either extremes, and you can actually still learn from it, and then you know, achieve a decent rank. And then it will give you the details of the various captaincy picks, in green being successful, and the other color, I think it's peachish, that's not so successful. So you'll basically see it's Mo Salah, Ronaldo at the start. I think many people would have picked him. Lukaku, also I think Ronaldo and Lukaku, they were very early disappointments. Many people thought Chelsea and Man United would be doing much better. And then you can see all the Salah consistent performances, captaincy throughout. He might not have been the top scorer, but very decent results from him. And then if you look at yeah, the other files, Salah, Ronaldo, Dennis, and then Weghorst, who I think the hype was just a bit too much in a Burnley team that wasn't up to scratch, and then Salah and Salah. So I think the main message out of this is don't concentrate and focus on players beyond the core premium players. I can't see much. Bowen is probably one of the few standouts, if I can call West Ham and not a premium team, but I think they've done quite well. And then yeah, and then also just making sure that yeah, and I suppose Antonio also at the start of the season, just making sure that you are kind of playing the fixtures and not just, for instance, going for Salah, and there could be another player that is more on form, such as, let's say, KDB or Son, etc., against weaker opposition. But yeah, but it's definitely a bit of luck also. But overall, quite happy with the captaincy picks. And then this is from IFPAL Optimize, also brilliant analytical tools. What this shows you is basically how much points you've scored from each of the players that you've had in your team. So no surprises. Mo Salah's yielded me 452 points. And then you'll see Son 133, Bowen 94, Cancelo 151, Alexander-Arnold massive 199. Sanchez was the goalkeeper 65 and Ramsdale 64, so they contributed kindly fairly evenly. And then Antonio 99 surprisingly, but most of that was at the start of the season. And then if you have a look at the points table, basically we summarized line by line, which will also give you some idea of where you scored your points. And then what else you can also check in this, let's just actually go back. I just want to show you something else. So you've got a team of the year, you've got points analysis per player, points distribution, quite a few. There's predicted realized performance. That's actually at the bottom here. So what you'll see is this will kind of show you how much each player has actually impacted on your performance from a points perspective in terms of a realized gain or loss per player. The main focus on here is you'll see that the big positives, James, Robertson, Ronaldo. So those would have been massive gains because at some stages they were not massively owned. And those players, if you can get early on them or at the right time, you can actually make big jumps in your rank. Rafinha, as you can see, Rafinha was quite a bit of a streaky player. So if you owned him at the right time, you could have actually gained. However, I kind of tried to avoid him after a while because he was a bit inconsistent. But yeah, he could have probably sort of further assisted my team. Rudiger as well. Saka, I was a bit late into Saka. I think I went for Martinelli and SR. Though those players did give me decent returns, but who knows? Saka, if I was on him earlier, I might have actually yielded some more points. But otherwise, no complaints, nothing that really stands out over here. No regrets. And overall, I think balancing the key players that gave you jumps, as long as those were there, that definitely allows you to maximize your points. Okay, so it's quite a good website to have a look at. Brilliant tools. And yeah, I would definitely sort of recommend checking FPL Optimized out, as well as FPL Review and Fantasy Premier League tools, as I showed earlier. Okay, and then lastly, just onto the FPL A+ Super League, the final standings. So the top 10. Firstly, in top position, we've got Shack Attack United. Yeah, well done, whoever that is. And then second place, we've got Magambena Adira. Third place, we've got Juking Joel. Fourth place, Amit Chowri. Fifth place, Nipachan Utip. Sixth place, Jeremy Duxbury. Well done. Seventh place, FPL Experts. Eighth place, Sanjay Khatri. Ninth place, Jordan Awukani. And 10th place, Dollable Stern. Well done, everybody. Thank you for joining the league, and hope you guys had fun and learned as well in the process. So hope to see you guys again in next year's league. Hopefully it's not too long away. We expect possibly the team and the game might potentially relaunch somewhere around 16th of June, which is about a week earlier than this year's or this season that it was launched, possibly keeping with the same trend as starting a week earlier. Also, this is the season of the World Cup, so there could be some changes and sort of a break in the season as well. So we expect the game to launch quite early. So quite excited, but also it's been quite a long absorbing season, quite a tactical season with rescheduled fixtures, COVID, lots of double game weeks, strategy changes, but overall quite a good season overall from soccer and football perspective, and just quite happy with how the FPL process has actually gone. I think the FPL people at FPL Towers, I think they did quite good in actually awarding the extra free hit. That definitely added a little bit of extra spice to the season, and definitely allowed people to manage their teams much more successfully. So overall, thank you very much. I hope you had a great season, and I'm hoping to at some stage have some other videos potentially coming up to give you some other insights and info. But otherwise, have a good break, take some time off and enjoy it, and then see you guys again sometime soon. Cheers!